was pensive, her eyes were brown, her breath was sweet as the new mown hay. For out of the west the last sunshine fell lightly on her golden hair. Her tender eyes looked straight at mine, and a look of perfect trust was there. I see her enclosed in the sunlight flood. I see her peacefully standing now, peacefully standing and chewing her cud. As I rubbed her ears, that Jersey cow. We'll just do one more of this. This is called Change of Oats. There was an old man who lived in the wood, as you may plainly see. He said he could do as much work in a day as his wife could do in 3. With all my heart, the old woman said, if that you will allow, tomorrow you'll stay at home in my stead, and I'll go drive the plow. But you must milk Tidy the cow, for fear that sheep will dry, and you must feed the little pigs that are within the sty, and you must mind the speckled hen, for fear she lay away, and you must reel the spool of yarn that I spun yesterday. The old woman took a staff in her hand, and she went to drive the plow. The old man took a pail in his hand, and he went to milk the cow. But Tidy hinched, and Tidy flinched, and Tidy broke his nose. And Tidy gave him such a blow that the run ran down to his toes. Hi, Tidy, ho, hi, Tidy, do stand still. If ever I milk you, Tidy, again, 'twill be sore against my will. He went to feed the little pigs that were within the sty. He hit his head against the beam, and he made the blood to fly. He went to mind the speckled hen, for fear that she'd lay astray, and he forgot the spool of yarn his wife spun yesterday. So he cried to the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the green leaves on the trees, if my wife doesn't do a day's work in my life, she'll ne'er be ruled by me.
And does services. So one day she had a phone call from a lady. She didn't know her, but she wanted to know if she would conduct a graveside service for them. It was just a very private funeral, and they just needed some graveside service. So she said, well, where is this place? So the lady told her, and she said, well, you better give me directions. So she gave her all the directions, and Hazel said, well, I don't think I'll have any trouble remembering that. So off Hazel started, and she went quite a little distance, and she couldn't seem to find the road she was afterwards, and she made a couple of turns, and she realized that she was all mixed up. And she looked at her watch, and she thought, oh my gosh, I'm so late, this graveside service will be all over. And I just feel so badly about it because I promised them I would come. So she came along a road, and she saw a couple of men filling in a hole. So she thought, well, this must be where this private burial was. So she got out of the car, and she went over, and she said a couple little words, and then said a prayer, and left. And these 2 men that were standing there said, well, I've seen everything. I have never yet seen anybody get out and pray over a hole that we were burying a septic tank in. Just taking her time. Bert was becoming bored and tried to hurry her out of the place. She got her merchandise, paid for it, and put it in her purse. As they left, Bert complained of an awful headache. She said, just a minute, I have some aspirins in my purse, and gave him one. Just then a thought came to her head. Had she given him the right pill? She looked in her purse and realized she'd given him a plant capsule of aspirin. She looked on the directions, and it said, 1 pill equal to 2 shovelfuls of manure. You can imagine how she felt. She was afraid he'd get sick or maybe even die. She didn't let on, and after they walked to the car, she asked him how he was feeling. "Oh," he replied, "I just feel fine, and my headache is all better." She was so relieved. Well, I guess this was the best medicine she'd ever given him. Just look at him now. Well, how well he looks. That pill worked wonders, and it certainly has contributed to his longevity today.